What's good, Pick and Greens family? It's your boy Picky, back with another breakdown to help you smash your daily picks and rack up those W's. If you're new here, go ahead and lock in now, hit that subscribe button. You're going to want to stick around. And if you've been loving these picks that's been slapping, go ahead and slap that like button for me. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, before we get to this first pick, you already know we got to see what we slapped yesterday. Yesterday in the VIP, we had a few slappers. All right, we slapped for $166 on this play. We had Bucky Irving going over his rushing yards. We had Bijan going over his rushing yards, with Koo going over his kicking yards, and then McLaughlin going over his kicking yards as well. So my thought process with this one, this was a game script of running backs going over, kickers going over, right? Just anticipating maybe a high running game when the kickers had to put up a lot of points. It hit. Now it didn't play out like I thought, because they both put up it did play out like I thought, because I knew it was going to be a hella high scoring game. But this was more of a cushion type of play, where just in case my high scoring props didn't hit, then this will hit. This just so happened to hit as well. Now this one hit as well. Cousins, he went over with Mooney and Pitts. I knew Pitts was going to show out, and I knew Mooney was going to show out, because those are his top two targets. I know Mooney is wide receiver number 2, but if you're watching the game, he's not really wide receiver number 2. They both went over. Everybody went over on the receiving squad, and then Bucky went over as well. Now, if you guys remember, I gave you that free play yesterday. I told you guys Bucky going over that 43.5 rushing yards. It wasn't on a lot of apps. That's why I tell you guys, you got to download all of my apps that I promote, because some of the apps got different lines. And if you would have took a 44.5 or 45, and you guys would have went over, and like I told you to go over, then you would have lost. Then it would have been worthless, right? So make sure you guys download all of these apps below. They give you alternate lines, and that's how you win money on these apps, all right? All right, let's go. Our first pick today is Chelsea Gray. You see it. Yep, we're going Chelsea Gray, and we're going over her points, rebounds, and assists. The line is 19.5, and we're going over. You can see the pick'em sites. All the lines are the same. RotoWire projection is over, and the hit rate has been over as well. All the lines 19.5. You can see the RotoWire projection is 20.26. So a little bit of a cushion. I'll take that cushion. But if you guys been watching the games, she's a dominant force. She's definitely, when she's in her zone, she's in her bag. She's definitely a leader on that floor. Her hit rate 59% over the last 20 games, 80% over the last 5 games, and 60% over the last 10 games. For the season, she's only 35%, but this ain't the season. This is the postseason, baby. It's the playoffs, and you can tell she's in her bag in the playoffs. We in RotoWire. If you guys already know, we got a free trial, so click the link below. You guys get a free trial of RotoWire. When you click her name, you can go ahead and see some of her season stats: 8.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, 4.9 assists per game, and 1.3 steals per game. And last game, Gray went off. She dropped 14 points, 4 boards, 7 dimes over 36 minutes. They still lost 88-84, but she did her thing. She showed up and showed out. Definitely. Now you can see a little bit more stats down here in RotoWire. They break everything down from the season stats, team by team, month by month, coming off the bench. You can see all the breakdown here in RotoWire. Make sure you guys download this free trial today. But when we dig deep, you already know we got to dig deep in Outlier. All right, guys, we're an Outlier. We got Chelsea Gray, and the line is 19.5. We're going over. You can see we're an Outlier, and the graphs and outliers make us go green. We picking greens when we come to Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray has gone over 60% over her last 10 games, and over her last 5 games, she's gone over 80%. She's been absolutely slapping. Now she's going up against New York again. New York held her down in game 1 of this series. If you guys watch game 1, I was surprised, because the first 3 games of the playoffs, you can see these are all playoff games. She's been slapping. She's been going off in the playoffs. She came to New York, and New York first game was like, sit down. New York was like, sit down. But game 2, she came back with a vengeance. You can see she got back right on the same pace. 14 points a game, 4 boards a game, 7 to 8 assists a game, back in it, right? So you can see over the last 10 games, She's 60%, but again, when it came down to the end of the season, you know, you're not really putting up that many minutes, and the effort isn't the same. Just to be fair, playoff time, because I mean, you're trying to conserve energy, but when playoff time come, ready. She's been ready when it came to playoff time. Now, you can come down here and see some supporting stats. Her minutes over the last 10 games, she's averaging about 30 minutes over the last 10 games. In the playoffs, though, it's been about 31 minutes a game. About 30, 31 minutes a game. It's been a little bit less. We can check out the last 5 to see the specifics, not to be guessing. Over the last 5 games, she's averaging 31 minutes a game, 11 attempts from the field goal, knocking down 4 of those a game, 5 attempts from 3-point line, knocking down 1.5 a game. So she's putting up her numbers. She's definitely been putting up her numbers in the playoffs. Now, we're an outlier. If you guys don't know, Outliers is amazing. They give you insights, they give you graphs, they give you everything you really need to make a great play. Now, insights tonight. Chelsea Gray has exceeded 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 4 of her last 5 games, averaging 21.4 points, rebounds, and assists. That should tell you enough right there. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more. We're going to go over here to the matchup, key matchup. You already know right here, when New York ain't no joke. New York, they're here for a reason when it comes to defense. They're not a joke. The top 3 in every category when it comes to defense, right? So when it comes to the guard, it gives a little bit more leeway because the guards getting their boards, right? The guards are getting their boards. There's only 12 teams in the league. So when you're ranked number 11th, you're not doing well. You're not doing well. So this is what we do. We go check the prop that we picked. We check their position, and then we can compare the opposing team right here. So we pick the guard, and we can see when it comes to points allowed, New York is stopping them, right? When it comes to assists allowed, New York is top 4. But when it comes to rebounds allowed, rebounds are able to get their rebounds. The guards are able to get their rebounds. When it comes to forward, the middle of the pack, when it comes to center, they're locked down. They are locked down. So, I mean, that's why it's been tough for Asia to really go off because, you know, the center position is really on lock mode when it comes to defense. All right, so let's go to defense here, and we'll go to offense here. We can already see top. Right, but when it comes to offense, points allowed, they're ranked number 3, points allowed, but putting up points, they're ranked number 1. Right, they putting up their points. Vegas is putting up their points. They got a dynamic offense. They definitely got playmakers across the board when it comes to. They got Plum, they got Asia, they got Chelsea. They got a squad when it comes to putting points up, right? But that's not all they got to do. They got to do more than put points up. We can go down here and see team records closely knit. New York is 32-8, and Vegas is 27-13. At home, 13-7. In the way, 16-4. So either way, New York is gonna bring it. Either way, a home and away, they got the identical record, so they definitely gonna bring it. This should still be an amazing matchup. So I'm thinking tonight's going to be a close game as well. Go ahead and lock in Chelsea Gray over her 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Lock it in. All right, guys, before we get to the next pick, make sure you download Dabble. You can win up to 1,000 times on a single play. And my favorite part, they give you $25 just for signing up. You heard it right. $25. You got to use code PICKY, but they give you $25 just for signing up. You don't have to put any cash in. Use this play I'm giving you guys today. Put this $25 on that play, and it's going to get 3 times. So it actually give you $75. If you download this app, use my free play on the 2-man play, it'll give you $75. And it's so easy to sign up. Less than a minute to sign up. You put your number in. Look, put your number in. You can use your Apple Pay, so click, 2 seconds. You can put $10 in. The minimum is $5, but click, and it's the same as you just go pick your player, higher or lower. You can pick up to 12 players. The 12 player gives you 1,000x on a single play, and you don't have to put $5 in. Like on some apps, you got to play $5 minimum. You can just put $1 in. You can win 100 times on one play and win up $100. Another part I love, you can copy people's plays. So if you follow me, you can copy my picks, and you can put descriptions in plays. So let's say I can put a description on why I'm picking this play, give you the 4-man, and you can actually say, okay, this makes sense. I'm going to follow this play or not. It's available in all these states. Download now. Click the link. The link is below. You get $25 just for signing up. Let's play. Let's win some cash today. This is a no risk, easy peasy play. And literally, you put my 2 picks on there, you're going to have $75 by the end of the night. Lock in today. All right, guys, let's get to the second pick. Our second pick today is Alyssa Thomas. You see it. Yep, we're going Alyssa Thomas, and we're going over her 9 rebounds. Now, Prizepicks has her at 9. Sleeper has her at 9.5, and Pick 6 has her at 9.5 as well. We're taking her on Prizepicks at the 9, and we're going over. Now, the RotoWire projection is 10.89, so it's giving us a 1.89 cushion. The hit rate, 51% over the last 20 games weighted. Over the last 5 games, though, she's 60%, and over the last 10 games, she's 50-50. But you already know, when we dig deep, we got to dig deep in Outlier. All right, guys, we're an Outlier, and we got Alyssa Thomas. The line, 9 rebounds, and we're going over. We can see the last 5 games, she's slapping. 60% over the last 5 games. You can see the last 5 games, both games against Minnesota, this series, she's gone over. We can see let's go to the last 10 games. Last 10 games, she's 50%. But you can see playoff time, she's been going over playoff time. She's only not gone over one time in the playoffs. Minutes over the last 10 games, 34 minutes a game, and we're an Outlier, guys, so you guys already know. They're going to give us some insights. Alyssa Thomas has failed to exceed 9.5 rebounds in 11 of her last 14 games at home. She's averaging 8 boards a game at home during that time frame. Now, tonight, I think she's going to have more minutes tonight because it's the playoffs and backs are against the wall, and the team they're going up against, they're not great when it comes to defense, right? When it comes to rebounds, Minnesota's ranked number 8th overall. When it comes to the forward position, they're ranked number 7th, right? So they're the middle of the pack, on the bottom end of the middle of the pack. So I'm really liking this prop. So how we measure that, guys? Again, we check the position, and we go over here and see what that defense does against that specific position. So against this position, they're middle of the pack. So I'll take that. Alyssa, she's a dominant force on rebounds in general, and she's a starting forward, so she's going to have ample opportunity. Now, when we check out the team rankings, we can see the defense. Connecticut, when it comes to rebounds, they're ranked number 1st when it comes to offensive rebounds, but they're ranked number 10th when it comes to defensive rebounds. So, again, they're not the best defensive team either, but Alyssa, she is one of their main forces. They got Wnba there as well. She's not a force, right? She does her thing, but she's not a force. She's a little frail. I love Wnba, no offense, but she's a little frail, and she can get thrown around a little bit. So when it comes to the main rebounder, I like Alyssa Thomas going over. All right, guys. So with that being said, we're taking Alyssa Thomas over her 9 rebounds. Lock it in. All right, guys. Thanks for rocking with me another video. Hey, make sure you download RotoWire. They're giving you a free trial. You don't even have to put a credit card in. And Outlier, they're giving you a free trial as well. And make sure you guys put this play in on Dabble. And they're going to give you $25. When it hits, they're going to pay you $75. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Another day, another dollar, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.